Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into Beat the Book. As always, I am your boy Big Al Better. We got our NBA slate of games for you guys today. I am definitely going to be going through all these games for you guys. If you guys have been tuning into the channel recently, you guys know normally I just put out a short with my NBA lock of the day. I decided last year I was putting out full videos, and then I switched to just the shorts just because it's easier with work and life and everything. You get, there's a crunch for time sometimes. So, but I'm going to try to go back to doing what we've been doing, what we were doing originally, which is just going through the slate. We're going to go through the over. Tell you guys what I like for over-under, for spread, and then I'll give you guys a player prop I like. At the end, I'll tell you what the player props, if you parlay them together, pay out. The odds of it hitting super low, obviously, but that's what we're going to do. So without further ado, we got a, one, two, three, four, 6 game slate today. So we're going to hop into all 6 games. I'll give you guys what I like for the games and how I see them playing out. And then, yeah, that's pretty much going to be the video. So it should be, I don't know, 10, 12 minutes is kind of the hope. But as always, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It goes a long way. And yeah, let's hop into it. So for the first game on the slate, we got the Magic taking on the Suns. Spread's 1.5. Magic are underdog. Suns are favored at home. No Devin Booker in this game, and then no Jalen Suggs for the Magic. But for this game, like the spread's 1.5, I kind of like the Magic in the spot, mostly because of the Devin Booker situation. Obviously, Jalen Green's back; he's playing, so he should be able to help the Suns level it out. But I don't know. With it being a pick'em, I just like the Magic a little bit better than like the Suns. Um, I know the Suns have been good at home. I think they've only lost 10 games at home. Magic lost 14 on the road, but I just something about this game today without Devin Booker makes me like the Magic. So I'm on the Magic plus the 1.5. As far as an over under, it's set at 218.5. I kind of went back and forth on it, but it is a low number, so I'm gonna stick to the over on this one. The Suns' defense is solid, but they let people score, and the Magic can play good defense, but I don't think they're gonna play as good a defense on the road as they do at home. So I like us getting to the over. I think it's gonna be a close game, and I think it will be. Obviously, the book thinks it's gonna be close too. That's why it's 1.5. But I think we'll get just enough points to get us over this. I don't think we're gonna clear it by a lot. Like it'll probably be 222, 223. But I can't like taking an under on a 218.5. It seems too low to me. So that's why I like the over. As far as a player prop, I like Desmond Bain here, 20 points. He's been averaging, 19 and a half points a game. On DraftKings, he's actually plus money to hit this line. I like that a lot. If they're going to spend a lot of time trying to take out Paolo Banchero, not that you can really shut him down, but if they're going to try to, I like Bain to go off in this game and, kind of carry the offense. Obviously, he's a stud too. So give me Bain here for 20 points. I like it mostly because it's the plus money play, but also I think he can get to 20. He's been averaging, like I said, 19 and a half all year. So if they try to take Paolo away, then Bain should get more play, and I think that'll work out pretty good for him. So give me Bain there for 20 plus points. Moving on to the second game, we got the 76ers taking on the Pelicans. Spread's 3.5. Sixers are on the road. They're minus 3.5. Pelicans plus 3.5 at home. No Joel Embiid in this game. Obviously, Paul George is still out on that suspension. For the Pelicans, they got a bunch of injuries, but it's the Pelicans. They don't really win a lot of games anyway. So for that reason alone, we're going to be on the Sixers here minus the 3.5. It's not that many points. It's only, like I said, 3.5. And the Pelicans don't win games, basically, is my thesis on this one. So in a close game, give me the Sixers. The over-under set at 232.5. I also like the over in this one. I was looking through the games. The Pelicans don't really play good defense. They let people score. So as long as the Sixers can come in here and get to 120, I think we'll probably get an over in this game. And the Sixers have shown that they can do that. So you do kind of worry a little bit without Joel Embiid. But, I mean, like I said, the Pelicans' defense just isn't that good. So I think the Sixers will be able to score on them. And then the Pelicans, as long as the Pelicans don't get blown out in this game, which the book doesn't think they will, that's why they made this spread the way it is, then I think we can hit an over here. So I like the over, and I like the Sixers minus 3.5. As far as a player prop for you guys, also 6 of the last 10 games, like combined for these teams, have gone to the over this number, so that's also why I like it. And then as far as player props go, I like Andre Drummond here for 10 plus points. In any game where he gets over 25 minutes playing through the season, he's scored 10 points. He's plus money to score 10 points in this game. And without Joel Embiid, and he should get the play. In the 3 of the last 4 games, he's had over 26, 27, 28 minutes. He's gotten 10, 11, and 12 points. And then the one game that he didn't, he only had 4 points. So when he gets to the minutes, he seems to be able to get in there and score. And I don't know who on the Pelicans is really going to be able to stop him in the paint. So give me Drummond here for 10 points. I think it's a good spot. Moving on to the next game, we got the Grizzlies taking on the Heat. This is a big spread. It's 10.5 points. Heat obviously coming off that win last night against Atlanta. They absolutely dominated. Over under for this game set at 235.5. I went back and forth on this one a lot. It is a high number. Heat are on a back-to-back. I believe the Grizz are on a back-to-back too. And it's just a really high number, 235.5. But I'm going to still be on the over. Obviously, we know the Heat score a ton of points. They play with tons of pace. The Grizzlies, I was looking through their games. They don't really stop anybody. And so that's why I'm going to go with the over here. I think the Heat are in for another 120, 130 type of game. And then as long as we get a little bit from the Grizzlies here, I think we hit an over. So it is a crazy high number. So if you guys like the under, totally understand that. I'm going to lay my money on the over and trust that the Heat are going to come out hot and really get after it. The Grizzlies, I'm going to be on them with the plus 10.5. I like the Heat a lot. Been a big fan of them. But 10.5 is a huge number. So give me plus 10.5 with the Grizz, even though we might be walking into it. And then, yeah, like I said, give me the over 235.5. As far as the as a player prop, I like Norm Powell in this game over 20.5. He's been averaging 21, 22 points a game. His line set right there at 21. I think he's gonna splash some threes. They think the books got him for his over underline for threes is 3.5. So they think he's gonna score 3 threes. That gets us 9 points. And then if he just does some stuff in the paint and gets to the foul line a couple times, I think we get to 21 fairly easily. Especially if we think it's gonna be a high scoring game. So I like Norm Powell over 20.5. That is your player prop for this game. Next, we got the Pistons taking on the Bulls. 10.5 is the spread. Bulls plus 10.5 at home. Over under set at 233.5. For this one, I like the Pistons here minus the 10.5. These guys have played yeah, they played 3 times. Pistons have won 2 of those 3. The one they lost was in Chicago, but the other 2 were in Detroit. They covered those. This one's back in Chicago for the 4th time they played, but they covered in both those games that they won. So if the Pistons come in and win this game, I expect them to cover. Also, the Bulls have just not been very good lately, so I know it's a big number for the home dog. But I like the Pistons here, minus 10.5. As far as over-under is concerned, I'm going to be on the under on this game, 233.5. I like the Pistons defense a lot. I think they dog on you, and the Bulls just haven't been consistent in being able to score the way that they were doing earlier on in the year when Giddey was dropping triple doubles and all that stuff. So give me the Pistons here to play good defense and to keep the Bulls from getting too high on the scoreboard. So under 233.5 and the plus 10.5 with the Pistons is what I like. For a player prop, I like Josh Giddey here for 6+ rebounds. I just went through it. All of December and then the couple games he played in January, he's 11 of 13 to hit his line of 6+ rebounds. He's averaging 8.5 on the season, and his line set to 6. So maybe the book's letting us walk into it with that, but I was like 6 rebounds. I'll take that. There's only been, like I said, 2 games of his last 13 and 3 of his last 17 where he hasn't gotten this number. So I feel like it's a great spot for us. So I like Josh Giddey for 6+ rebounds. Moving on, we got 2 games left here. We got the Kings taking on the Spurs. The spread's 18.5 was absolutely massive, and then the over-under stood at 230.5. I'm going to be on the Spurs here, minus 18.5. Obviously, like I said, it's a massive number, but they're at home. They're incredible at home. The Kings are just not a good team. We know that. Over-under being 230.5. I actually like the over. I was looking through it. The Spurs have hit the over in, I believe, 4 of their last 5. The Kings just let people score, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about the Spurs scoring points. It's just whether the Spurs are going to stop the Kings. And even when the Spurs have been blowing people out, they're still letting the other team get up to 100 points, 110. So as long as the Kings can get to 100, 110, I think we'll cash this over. So that's what I kind of like. I got 2 props for this game. I like the Spurs total over. It's 124.5, but like I said, they've been scoring one. They've done that in 4 of their last 5 games. And the game that they didn't clear this number, they got to 124. So it's not that they were far from it. They just didn't. The hook kept them from hitting the number. So, but all their other games, all the last 4 of their last 5, they've cleared 125. Um, so I like it a lot. So Spurs over 124.5. I think that's a good look as a prop. And then I like Stephon Castle over his line of 15.5 points. He's been getting around 17, 18, 20. He's coming off a 20-point game just the last night or 2 nights ago, whenever they played last. So give me Stephon Castle here over 15.5 points. I think he's able to get that against this Kings defense, which isn't good, and just like I said, lets people score. Moving on to the last game, this is going to be the best game of the day. This is the one that I'm most excited for. We got the Rockets at the Knicks. You got both the 3 seeds in the East and West, respectively. This one's going to be awesome. The spread's 3.5. Knicks are favored at home, as they should be. Over under set at 219.5, which seems a touch low to me, but I understand it because if I look through the Rockets games, they really depress the score and keep teams low. The Knicks, obviously, I thought we were on the Pistons last time they played. They played Pistons. Knicks was on Thursday. So we were on the Pistons. They cashed for us. Knicks minus 3.5. We're going to be on the Knicks tonight, minus 3.5. I think it's a good bounce back spot after that game against Detroit. where they lost. But the Rockets are really good. So if you, I mean, really, you can't really go wrong. I thought about just taking the 3.5 in the back pocket with the Rockets because I know they can come in here and win this game. But I think the Knicks in a bounce back spot, they're going to want the game. They're going to need the game. I think they'll get it. Over under 219.5. Like I said, if I think the Rockets are going to win this game, I would be on the under. But I think it's going to be a Knicks game. So give me the over. I think they're going to be able to get enough points up on the board to get it, and both teams get into 110, and then the Knicks edge it out with some free throws at the end. I think that's not a bad look. So tentatively to the over. If I thought it was if I'm betting Rockets, I'm probably taking the under because I'm on the Knicks. I'm going to take an over. That's kind of the thesis that I've got going on here. So anyway, I like the Knicks minus 3.5. I like the over 219.5. And then for our final player prop, we're going to just take Jalen Brunson. Obviously, he's a stud, scores all these points. He'll be at the free throw line 6 or 7 times in this game. His line set at 25.5 over on DraftKings. Obviously, he's been scoring 26, 27 a game. He's got this streak of 20-point games. So give me Jalen Brunson over 25.5 points. I feel like it's a great spot for us, especially in a game that should be, really close, and he's going to need to be special for them to be able to win this game. So that's what I like. I thought about taking Cat, but his line's at 19. The last game against the Pistons, he only had 15. So I can't trust Cat. But I can trust Jalen Brunson to get to the free throw line and to get the job done. So we like Brunson at 25.5 points. That's his line. So anyway, that is what I got for you guys. That is the slate of games. I'll have my lock of the day coming out later in the just for the short form content. You know how we do that. And then as far as your player prop, if you take all these player props and you throw them together, that's one from each game. You got Desmond Bain 20 plus points, Andre Drummond 10 plus points, Norm Powell over his line of 20.5 points, Josh Giddey for the 6 rebounds, Stephon Castle over 15.5 points, and then Jalen Brunson over 25.5. If you parlay those all together, it's a plus 5,000 over on DraftKings right now. Not saying to do that, but if you guys want a little bit of fun to see if you can stitch it all together, that's cool. That's 50 times your bet. But anyway, that is all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Let me know if you liked the video. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.